Hey everybody, Bandicoot Commando here, and welcome back to Croc, Legend of the Gobbos. In the last one, we did it. We beaten the game. We 100%ed it. We fought the Sentinel, the Secret Sentinel. We defeated it, or destroyed it really, and that was pretty much it, the end of the game. And then afterwards, I did the remaining time trials, and they're complete and done. So, today, today we're gonna go over, we are gonna go over, like, stuff in the Crocipedia, but before we do, there's some little things I want to show off real quick with the game. So first, a little tip I can offer with time trials, and I did not know this until now. Some levels, the best way to get through them is to use a little glitch. Now, I'm not too familiar with this glitch myself. Like, basically, if I remember correctly... So, the trick to this glitch is you gotta tail whip, I think. Oh. I mean, I'll keep... Wait a minute. I mean, I'm jumping higher than usual. Oh, wait a minute. I think I had it for a brief second. I had it for like a brief, tiny second. Like, the trick to this little glitch, and it will help you immensely on time trials. Hold on. Here we are. The hover glitch. To do it, you have to jump, and then in midair, tail whip quickly, and then immediately after the tail whip animation begins, press and hold the jump button again. There we go, I got it. That is the first time I ever done it. Let's try that again. And the timing is weird. Yeah, the timing is weird, but if you do it just right, this will help you save time immensely in time trials. Some levels, if you want to get the best time, you have to do this glitch. Of course, I didn't do it too well there because that was my first time actually doing it, believe it or not. But, so if you want to, you know, improve and get some nice things, by nice things I mean, get better time results is what I'm trying to say. As always, let me do the Sentinel again. Also helps a lot in certain fights. Now that I know how to do this... Okay, I got a little cocky there, but... I mean, you do have to be a bit quick on the draw. You have to be quick on the draw with the jumping and all of that. I'm magical too, Sentinel. Right. Now, another thing is regarding the passwords that you might have noticed. You see enter password there? Back in the day with the first Croc game, basically, if you didn't have a memory card, you can use passwords instead. Some levels actually have passwords that will actually that will unlock multiple levels, actually. So, for example, one example I can use is you can unlock a level, you can unlock the password for Libby and Itsy. If you put that password in, it will unlock all the levels up to Life's a Beach. Like, let me show that. There it is. So to input it, you use your D-pad. So, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Let me try that again. I messed it up. Okay, down, right, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trophies, though, will be disabled. So yeah, we're now here on Flibby, but we have additional levels open. And it'll take you up to Life's a Beach. Let's delete that. Another one that you can put in to skip levels is if you put in the password for Be Really Careful or Riot Burr, all the levels up until the Tower and Power will be unlocked. So, where'd it go? Be really careful, people. Oh, I did it again. I messed up again. Left, left, down, right, right, left, right, down, left. Yep. And like I said, it will take you up until the... Oh! Oh, that's right! It does it. It actually unlocks all the levels. I'm not sure why the passwords are like this, but it's just what it is. But in the remaster, though, it does disable the trophies. And saving is also disabled as well. But not in the original versions. You can play those perfectly fine with no trouble whatsoever. Now, the Living Tombstones remix. And the Game Boy Color version. Now, let's go over the Crocipedia. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to go over the interviews. Game design, I'm not going to go over either. That is going to be its own separate video. The soundtrack is in here, so you can listen to the different soundtracks here. You got the main game's, soundtrack here. This was the work-in-progress soundtrack that was used in the betas. We're not going to go over that until later. This is the Game Boy Color version of Croc. The Game Boy Color version of Croc, if I remember correctly, it came out in either... I think it came out in 99 or 2000. Let me see. Every time I type in Croc, it just gives me, like, shoes, and I'm like, no, that's not what I want. Yeah, oh no, it's going over the... Yeah, where's the, Yeah, here it is. The Game Boy Color version came out in the year of 2000. By that point, though, the Game Boy Color was near its end. And you can kind of hear the similarities between the themes. I will say, because I did see a playthrough of the Game Boy Color version, a long play of it, the Desert Island theme is actually the cave theme as well. So, for mini-games, there's actually, I believe, 2 different mini-games. One of them is just the popping mini-game, so pop the sheep, pop the penguins. Desert Island didn't have a popping game in the console version, but in the Game Boy Color version, you pop mummies. And then in Castle Island, pop the... I think it's the Grimmies still. So, bosses are still in the game. There's only 4 bosses in the game. You have to deal with Flibby, Itzy, Cactus Jack, and then Dante. Pretty dramatic for a nice island. It really stays to the tone of the console. This theme is when you play fight against Dante. See, they maintained it pretty well. We can hear remixes here. The Living Tombstone, the Inverse Phase, and Nocturnal Plant. So this is the bonus theme though. So, the backpack has a lot of stuff we can talk about and go over. First, we will actually start with this. I'm not going to read the entirety of this though, but there was supposed to be a Croc TV show. After the success of the game, Fox explored developing a Croc animated TV show. Writer Flint Dale of Transformers and G.I. Joe was commissioned to create a series Bible, which expanded the world of Croc by providing backstory to the primary characters, describing locations, and included episode synopsises for the never-produced first batch of episodes. So yeah, we can zoom in and see this sort of thing. He made this way back in April 14th of 98. Like I said, I don't think I'll read all of this, but still. Let's read some of it though. A weekly half-hour animated, maybe CG, series in which our bemused idealist hero, Croc, roams a surreal cargo cult world on a quest to rescue King Rufus of the Gobbos, find his own tribe, and answer the primal questions of life, while the evil Baron Dante hatches plots, destroys whole realms, enslaves the innocent, monstrifies creatures, and dispatches minions in an amusingly ruthless plot to stomp Croc and turn his world into a foul pit of smoking brimstone. I mean, yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to read all of this, but I will at least scroll a little slowly so that you guys who want to read this and don't have the game, you can at least pause and try to read it as I slowly scroll through. Croc will be joined by 3 other characters. The duplicitous Crown Prince Flurp, who secretly tries to sabotage Croc to become king of the Gobbos. The ever-loyal Ribble, who is a cross between Harpo Marx and Q from James Bond, and seems to have a tool for every occasion. And Beanie the Bird, or pronounced Benet, it's pronounced Benet, with a French accent, I believe, a wise sage determined to fulfill an ancient prophecy and defeat Baron Dante. Most video game-based shows immediately try to ground the project in a real world. Not this one. Croc lives in a surreal world and wants to keep it that way. David, as per our conversation on Wednesday, this show will be for a video game literate generation. We have talked about capturing a video game angles real-time feel. All we've got to do is find the pixel equivalent of Tex Avery. So basically, they really did want to like create a legit video game world. We could instead of having nobody dies, have Croc actually lose lives just like in the game, where he picks up new lives, gets zapped, and gets a chance to do something over. Don't know whether this would really work. Yeah, that is the tough part. Croc himself. It doesn't. I'm sad that it doesn't say like any voice actor suggestions, but I would assume Jonathan Harris would have been brought back to voice him. Flurp. Gribble. Gribble talks kind of like R2-D2. Yeah, he's got a big one here. And then, of course, King Rufus, the ineffectual leader of an ineffectual race. It is his fundamental harmlessness that makes us love him, though. Bene. Yeah. Dante himself. Yeah, this does. Oh, maybe it's Baroness Dantina. Dantinis themselves. Oh, here it is. Through jab after jab of Dante's Fragile Eagle, the Singing Minstrels, and Monty Python in the Holy Grail, Baron uses us to stun and shock because he is petrified of Croc. Lion-mouthed and chicken-hearted, made us demons when he... whack! So much for the Dantinis in question. The Monster-fied, referring to the various creatures that Dante would have monsterfied. As for stories, for the first season, they already have... Yes, this is basically an idea of putting in the backstory for characters. Well, for Croc and Dante. It's going over, yeah. Coming of Dante. Yeah, they're doing a recreation of, yeah, they're doing a recreation of the game's intro. I like that they call Beanie an owl. I always just thought Beanie was just a regular bird. And then from here, yeah, that was episode 1. Then we have episode 2, Dally with Allie. Then episode 3, Blunder into Plunder. Episode 4, Rufus the Doofus. Episode 5 and 6, Flurp the Twerp, which is a 2-parter. And that was the end. They only got that far in doing 6 episodes. The last 2 being a 2-parter. Boy, that took a while. Oh, this doesn't really have a lot to go into it. Before writing the series Bible, Flint Dale made several pages of notes and ideas based on his initial thoughts after meeting with the Fox creatives. These notes were recovered from an old, partially corrupt email archive and reassembled here. Initial thoughts on Croc animated TV show. What could be good or fun about this show? First thing that comes to mind that's fun is the gleeful giggling of the Dantinis as they swirl towards Croc. If they hit him, he's captured. These guys are stupid, like orcs in fiction. Ghastly, stupid, and juvenile. They love every stupid locker room joke they've ever heard and get a great deal of joy in retelling them. Fortunately for these guys, they're as indestructible and insubstantial as their intellect. Dantinis can be snuffed with a tail flick, a bucket of water, a stomp, or whatever else it takes. But like tricky birthday candles, they spark back to life, none the wiser for their abuse. Half the time, Croc wipes out Dantinis without even knowing it. A careless thrown snowball might arc over its target and wipe out a bunch of Dantinis lying in wait. That kind of thing. Once snuffed, the scary-looking demon-esque Dantinis turn into substantial little charcoal guys until relit by Baron Dante after a withering torrent of abuse. Of course, the Dantinis, we already went over this. Oh, Baron uses us to stun and shock because he is petrified of Croc. Lion mouth and chicken-hearted, made as demons when he farted. Baron Dante's a truly formidable foe who possesses the powers of Ignatius and Monstrification. Ignition. Ignition is what he can do to burn to any burnable thing. He just touches it and whoosh, goes up in flames. Any idiot can paint a painting, build a building, but only the truly gifted can wreck them, really wreck them, burn them, torch them. Oh, that's it right there. Monstrification, we were already looking about that. Take a moment to imagine a world like that. Imagine being a tyrant in a world like that. Baron Dante knows that his quest is ultimately futile, and he also knows that his worth as a tyrant will ultimately be judged by the quality of the fight he's able to put up. Yeah, more on Dante here. That's it. Alright, that took a little longer than it should have. Croc in Japan, surprisingly, was pretty popular. We'll start with the TV. Well, yeah, we can do the TV commercial. Media Quest. So, quick note, in Japan, the game is known as Croc, Pao Island. I'm guessing Gobbos are known as Pals. And also, instead of Fox Interactive publishing the game, that would be Media Quest. Here's a Japanese guidebook. Obviously, I can't read Japanese. But you get to see some art, though. And this is the Japanese artwork for these guys. It's a thing that a lot of games tend to do, is how in Japan they give them their own unique art style and depiction, while we, or it's vice versa, is that they have their own, but once it comes here, we give them a tweak because we don't like how cutesy they can look. But here, it's kind of the opposite. Still, it's interesting to see this Japanese art, though. And then here, it just goes over the levels and all that stuff. I think it's also telling you about, like, certain mechanics and other little things you need to look out for. Yep. Nice art there. And then here, it just tells you how to get through the levels and how to find all the secrets, all the little things for you to do. But like I said, I can't read Japanese, but I know how to get through this game just fine. Ah, nice little piece of art there. Another piece of art here. We'll probably see these later. Desert Island. Also goes over the secret levels as well. Vessel Island. Baron. And then Jailhouse Croc. And now, it's going to tell you about Crystal Island. Yep, see, it tells you about the choice of the balloon. You take one door to get to Pete, or you take that, get to Meg, but you get to the goal all the same. And the Secret Sentinel, who does not have any artwork. And then you got this, which I'm assuming it teaches you a few little hints and tricks, I guess. And credits. Marketing and merchandise. Marketing art. The evil Baron Dante. Dante, again. Maybe I should zoom out. Croc. Hanging out and waving. Croc beckons his friends. Or his enemies. Croc and King Rufus, even though Rufus is actually not on screen. They should fix this and just simply say Croc. Croc floats along, hanging on to a balloon. Croc, holding one of the Gobbos. Croc jumping, and he looks oddly off-model with the way his eyes are. One of the Gobbos. Curious Gobbo. Neptuna the tuna. Itzy the ice demon. Cactus Jack. Libby. A Dantini. Notice how they are different looking in the art than what they would be in the game. Greg Winters art. Legendary game cover artist Greg Winters was commissioned to create potential box covers and marketing art for the game, but were ultimately unused. They are now in the possession of video game art collectors. In this image, Croc strides out in search of adventure. This image of Croc swinging on a rope is a rough sketch for a potential cover or advertisement. Yeah, and you can see the paint stains here and there that Greg had, I guess. I don't know much about Greg Winters and his covers, but I'll have to look them up. The final art is an why are there two is's? Is an evolution of the rough sketch of Croc swinging on a rope, now transposed as a balloon. This image is a personal sketch by Greg. Hi. It says, I can't really read it, it's too faded. I'm Croc, a new video game. A new video game Greg is working on. He wanted me to say hi, and that it was nice meeting you, a fellow Dumulate? I don't know. At the gym. Take care. Me after taking my vitamins. Merchandise. The Croc Letterman jacket was created primarily as a gift for Agronaut and Fox Interactive team members, as well as a few VIPs and lucky competition winners. Well, you can kind of see the reflection well enough in those glasses. Yeah, still the jacket. Croc plush was created as a promotional item and is highly sought after by collectors. Croc backpacks were created for promotional giveaways and also as gift with purchase items for certain retailers in various markets. The brown backpack was a competition prize and is extremely rare, with only 40 believed to have been manufactured. I would have loved to have this. This is a different one. This backpack was a gift with purchase for customers of a British retail store. This backpack was a gift with purchase for some customers buying the PC version of the game. The Croc CD wallet was a gift with purchase item for the Platinum Edition of the PlayStation version of the game. I don't think we had this. Oh, because it was Platinum, and Platinum Edition is more of like a UK term. Here in America, we use the greatest hits instead. Promotional beanie hat incorporating the Croc logo. T-shirts were created for promotional purposes, and also for Agronaut and Fox Interactive team members to wear as a uniform at trade shows and other media events. Promotional giveaway in the UK was a compressed cotton fabric block which expands into a t-shirt when submersed in water. It's a pretty interesting thing. This small wooden crate contained the ticket for the Croc launch party at the 1997 ECTS, the European Computer Trade Show. Let's see if I can read the... Fox Interactive invites you to the Croctail Lounge, Gallery Level, Olympia, Sunday 7th September from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Your crystal not only equals entry, but also free drinks. Strictly invitation only. Although a good number of the crystals were kept by members of the development and publisher team, very few of the wooden crates were known to have survived. That's a very neat crystal. Possession of the crystal inside of the crate granted entry to the party at the London Olympia Exhibition Centre. A 4-foot-tall plush croc was created as a unique competition prize giveaway, courtesy of Greg Washer with the photo. These disposable cups were made for the use of the Croctail Lounge. Very few have survived. Classic black baseball cap with the Croc logo on it was a promotional giveaway item. These promotional stickers commemorated the December 18th, 97 release in Japan of Croc Pal Pal Island. Oh, some art of the Baron. These temporary tattoos were created to promote the release of Pal Pal Island. Temporarily or not, Japan's a bit iffy when it comes to tattoos. These collectible phone cards were created for Pal Pal Island. So, phone cards, to those who do not know, even though they were kinda, at my time, they were kinda done by then, phone cards were just a way to do extension calls. Croc Adventurer's Tee was designed as a homage to the original and highly collectible 97 promotional t-shirts, using the same artwork. The Rocket Games logo replaced the Fox Interactive logo on the original shirt, to be sold exclusively by Rocket Games on their web store, and an ultra-rare Agronaut Games only variant was produced for Agronaut team members who attended the Game Awards in 2024 in Los Angeles. Croc Legend of the Gobbos Collector's Edition was available for purchase for limited time in November and December of 2024. It includes a copy of the game, a resin Croc statue, a keychain, a double-sided poster, a sticker sheet, and a 4-CD soundtrack. Hey, guess what? I pre-ordered this edition. I still haven't gotten it. A lot of us haven't gotten it yet. They're working on it, but they're having a lot of trouble. I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going to put the statue as the thing. Oh, that's it. Media. A Game Master first look in August of 97. Oh, this is in English. So we're not looking at the... Croc's one of the most 3D looking platform games we've seen for ages. It's dead easy to play too, with the golf ball-eyed hero providing really easy to control. It's not as open as Mario 64, but still offers enough roaming about to make Crash Bandicoot's door into the third dimension look half closed. And despite our better judgment, we'll admit it's as cute as a kitten. Oh boy, funny thing about Crash Bandicoot there. There's other things too. Talking about Ball Blazer Championship. Virtual Springfield, which I did not play this or anything, but this was a fun Simpsons game that people played apparently. Go island hopping and jumping and swimming and climbing and swinging and spinning and running. Croc's got the moves. 14 of them, making him the most hyperactive hero available for your Sega Saturn. guide him through a beautifully rendered 3D world on a free-wheeling, free-roaming adventure against the evil Baron Dante and his devilish assistants, the Dantinis. Nice artwork of Croc with the islands in the background. Oh, Game Informer. Can't believe Game Informer goes back that long ago. I used to be subscribed to it. Let's see. Nintendo, Sega, Sony, 3DO, PC, arcades, cheat codes, strategies, and classics. First look at Mortal Kombat Mythologies, Sub-Zero. And here we got Star Fox 64. GI uncovers the tricks and tactics of Nintendo's epic shooter. Plus, Spawn, the Eternal, Top Gear Rally, NASCAR 98, Crash Bandicoot 2, Dracula X, Blasto, Gex 2, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, and Wild Arms. So this edition had to have, yeah, it's right there, June of 97. Oh, yeah, you can see some stuff here. Time Crisis. I can't really make good of the logo. It says Strike. I feel like I should know this game. Games Machine. Oh, this is Italy. This is in Italian. So I can't read this. Oh, but more games here we have. Lords of Magic, Madden 98, Air Warrior 3, Balls of Steel, Battlespire, Poltica, Virtual Cop 2, Ski Racing, Malice, and Soccer Champ. A 2-page ad. How did Croc find his competition? Delicious. Like Lara Croft, Croc has more moves than you can shake a stick at. Move over, Mario, and cruise by Crash. Croc rocks. Croc is looking to be one of the best 3D platform games for the year. I don't know about that, considering where everything is as of now. This is the cover for the Japanese version, Pal Pal Island. It's really nice to look at. Oh, that's it. Okay, the Croc photo book. The development team members. I don't know them individually. I see Buzz Lightyear in the background there. I don't think Agronaut worked on Toy Story, or at least Toy Story 2. They might have been following that game's development, though. Croc spotted at a games convention in Japan, though. Platform select, player select. Just trying to find all the details and see. Oh, look at that. She's wearing that. Media Quest. Team member Anna Lark playtesting Croc 2. It says playtesting Croc 2, but I think it's actually meant to be the first game. But given how blurry it is with the TV and all, it's hard to tell. Also, there's a crocodile toy thing there. You can see a lot of interesting stuff here. Ugh. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things on her desk here. Trying to see if I can find all the little... I think that's a floppy disk. Boy, I'm ancient. Lead artist Mick Hanrahan. I hope I'm saying his last name right. More little funny things to see. A Croc balloon spotted at the ECTS 97 in London. Croc cake. This was something they posted on their Twitter, on how when they were done with the game and it was complete and ready to go, they had this cake. Nobody remembers, though, what kind of cake it was. Based how it looks, I'm assuming it was either lemon or white. The Gold Award and Platinum Award of the game earned for sales of the original and greatest hits version of the game. This was the initial release of the game here, the Gold Reward. Yeah, I like how they had to blur the PlayStation logo and the Fox Interactive logo. I think it just has to do with the fact that because this game can be on Xbox and Switch, they have to, like, censor it for reasons. Fiscal year ending of March 31st of 98. And here is the Platinum Reward of the Greatest Hits version of the fiscal year of March 31st of 2000. This was the version I had. I had the Greatest Hits version. This is the disc I'm familiar with. The launch of the original game was celebrated at a party during the 97 European Computer Trade Show, decorated with a variety of Croc imagery and props. Yep. Two of Agronauts' seasonal Christmas cards prominently featured Croc and the Gobbos. The Removables card was also used to communicate Agronauts' office move from Collindale to Edgware in 97. So we saw this in the Japanese guidebook. And this one is, as it said, when they were moving to a different location for the studio and the office. These business-to-business promotional materials contained information regarding the game, the marketing activities planned by the publisher to accompany the release of the Japanese version of the game. Yeah, I can't read Japanese though. I have to emphasize on that I can't read Japanese. First Robotics Competition is a Robot League contest for high school students founded in 1989 by inventor Dean Kamen. Each year, students build a robot based on a challenge created by the FRC. In 2025 of this year, a total of 3,701 teams participated in regional and district events, with 601 of those advancing to the finals. Agronaut Games sponsored the Prosper TX Schools District's FRC 2025 team, the Techno Talons Robot 9105, which made it all the way to the World Championships. This thing. Prosper School District's student team in the pits, taking a quick break from preparing the Agronaut robot for its next contest. Cool to see that these students made a nice robot. Close-up view of the Techno Talons robot. Look closely and you can see Croc keeping a watchful eye over the proceedings. Well, he's right there. Unless they're talking about a different Croc, which, as far as I can see, that's the only image of him that I can see. Techno Talons Robot 9105 in the thick of the action at the World Championship. Ah, there it is. I don't know who won or lost. I don't know if they won the championship or not. I'd have to look it up. The Crochet Croc. So, when they were creating and working on the remaster, they're like, hey, here's a little something for the fans to work on. You can create your own Croc crochet. Use these step by step to create your own crochet plush. This pattern and anything made from it may not be used for commercial purposes. You may not sell anything made from this pattern. You may not resell or redistribute this pattern in part or in whole. Derivative works are prohibited. This pattern and items made from it are intended for your personal use only. You will need some yarn, You'll need at least 100% acrylic. I hope I'm saying that right. Needs to be green, approximately 1.5 skin. I hope that's, again, skin. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. You also need some white, yellow, brown, blue, and black. For the button, it needs to be 15 millimeters, 5 by 8 inches. The hook size needs to be 3.5 millimeters. Polyester fiber fill and a crochet hook. It will be approximately 23 centimeters, 9 inches. Loops, chain, stitch, slip stitch, single crochet. Increasing from 2 single crochet in 1 stitch or 3. Yarn over, half double crochet, double crochet in 1 stitch, double. Decreasing, the stitch guide. Insert hook, pull through. Yeah, this, you can read this and do this yourself if you know how to crochet. Me personally, I don't crochet. I don't do anything like this. So I have no reason to really read this. But if there's anyone who wants to crochet and they know how to do their stuff, you can always read this guide for it. And there's the eyeballs. This is getting the body done. The tail. Look how seamless it looks like it's being put on. The legs. Belly. The arms. Sew hands to the body to be movable. Backpack. I was going to say, does the button have to be anything in particular? Enjoy your new Croc plush. And that is it. That is all the stuff I'm going to be showing off with the Crocipedia. That will do for this episode of Croc, Legend of the Gobbos. Wow, that was a long one. But not as long as what we're going to be doing next time. Join me next time as I go over the game's development with the game design here. This will take a while. And like I said, I'm not going to go over the interviews, but I will say, though, with each one. This one is about Jez-san. Jez was the founder, one of the founders of Agronaut. I don't know if he's the founder. And he talks about, you know, stuff. In 2002, Jez was made an officer of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II and the British government for services to the game industry. Superb. John Edelson was a producer for the original release. He also served as senior vice president for the sister company of Arc International, which grew out of the team that created the Super FX graphics processor for the Nintendo, for the Super Nintendo. Jez and John, they talk about stuff here. Nick Cusworth, the lead designer on both the first and second game. During the 27 years between the original release and the remaster, he kept the candle going by contributing to articles and online videos discussing the history and development. Nick also worked on other games, including Vortex, Scooby-Doo Mystery, Creature Shock, and Carve. Scott Butler, one of the lead artists. Other than doing Croc, he also worked on Attack, King Arthur's World, Race Driving, Creature Shock, The Ren and Stimpy Show, Fire Dogs, Alien Odyssey, and FX Fighter. I think I heard Scott talk about a time he brought up a brief thing with the Fire Dogs thing of Ren and Stimpy on how he actually had a little he had to find a workaround for something with it. As well as working on video games, he also is an actor on stage and screen. He won the Pacific Coast Theatre Company 2009 Best Actor and the Canada International Film Festival 2011 Best Actor Awards, and has appeared in the TV series Agatha All Along. Really? I have to look up what he did then. Lodge 49 and the movies 16 Love and Wiener Dog Internationals. Jason R.M. Smith, or just Jason Smith, one of the lead animators. Jason was a key member of the development team that brought Simon Keady's designs to life. He also worked on FX Fighter and Buck Bumble. Tony Lloyd, a co-lead programmer. His tenure was on Scooby-Doo Mystery. He also did Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, I, Ninja, Malice, and Catwoman. For Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, I played that on the PS1. I never played I, Ninja, but I've heard of it. I've seen gameplay. I've seen a playthrough of it. And oh, I hate to say that, it sucks that you guys had to make that Catwoman game. Justin Scarnova, I hope I'm saying your name right. The composer for the game's music. Did a lot of music since '89. From 1992 to 2004 for Agronaut. David Stalker, a producer at Fox Interactive. He also worked on Aliens vs. Predator, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Crash Twinsanity. Now I have to look through the credits again to see if his name shows up. Paul Provenzano. Again, I hope I'm saying that right. A VP product development. Paul oversaw the development of The Simpsons, Die Hard, Aliens vs. Predator, and The X-Files. But it was a visit to Agronaut's offices in late '95 to see a tech demo of Croc that would just resulted in a publishing deal for the game. The Living Tombstone here. I hope I'm saying your name right, man. And Sam. The Living Tombstone, dubbed the internet's biggest gaming band, founded in 2011. Their work on YouTube has grown to be very major, especially the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Yeah, I remember when me and Collie briefly talked about the Living Tombstone, and I think I heard a little bit of their music. They're cool people. James Batchelor, the editor-in-chief at the games industry, a journalist since 2006. He's also the author of the best non-violent video games, as well as urban fantasy thrillers like Wandless and Blow the House Down, and creator of the non-violent game of the day social media account. Mitch Wallace, a writer at Forbes. He has written for numerous online and print outlets, including Wire, Tech Radar, Games Radar, Retro, and so forth. He also authored several Scholastic's Game On books for kids, and he contributes to Forbes, writing about gaming, technology, and pop culture. Jack Yarwood, a staff writer for the Time Extension. He has written for the Time Extension, Push Square, and other publications. A keen games historian and researcher, he has written about lost games and has made a habit of debunking long-standing rumors. Jason Lee Steyer and Hayden Lander at Titanium Studios. Yes, these guys helped with the remaster here. Naomi Hermans, a staff artist at Titanium Studios. Her games also include Tiebreak, Rugby 25, Finch and Archie, and Wolf Creek VR. Zane Van Iperen, hope I'm saying his name right. He is a developer, but he created the definitive edition. This is important. Before, the only way you could have played Croc on PC is if you had like the older computer models, because it was hard to get the game to work on modern computers. But Zane here was able to tinker with the source code, and he was able to get the game to run on modern PCs. This version was eventually released and shared and became known as the Definitive Edition, which the remaster is partially based on. Well, now that is truly it. That will do for this episode of Croc, Legend of the Gobbos. Join me next time as we go over the game, as I talk about the game's development. That is it. That is it. I will see you guys next time.